Hello, we are here to presentation Ecocritism. Enjoy, focus, and happy listening. Ecocritism. Ecocritism is study of literature environment from an interdisciplinary point of view where all sciences come together to analyze the environment and brainstorm possible solution for the correction of the contemporary environmental situation. Ecocritism was officially heralded by publication of two seminal works, but published in the mid 1990s. The Ecocritism Reader, edited by Cheryl Glodfelty and Harold Fromm, and The Environmental Imagination by Lawrence Boyle. Ecocritism investigates the relation between human and the natural world in literature. It deals with how environmental issues, cultural issues concerning the environment, and attitude toward nature are present and analyzed. One of the main goals is ecocriticism is to study how individuals in society behave and react in relation to nature and ecological aspects. This form of criticism has gained a lot of attention during recent years due to higher social emphasis on environmental destruction and increased technology. It is hence a fresh way to analyzing and interpreting literary texts, which bring new dimension to the field of literary and theoretical study. Ecocriticism is an intentionally broad approach that is known by a number of other designations, including green cultural studies, ecopoetics, environmental literary criticism. Earlier theories in literary and cultural studies focus on the issue of class, race, gender, region are criteria and subject of critical analysis. The late 20th century has woken up to new threat ecological disaster. The most important environmental problem that humankind face as a whole are nuclear war, depletion of valuable natural resources, population explosion, proliferation of exploitative technology, conquest of space preliminary to using is a garbage dump, pollution, extinction of species, or talk not a human problem, among others. In such a context, literary and cultural theory has begun to address the issue as a part of academic discourse. Numerous green movements have sprung up all over the world, and some have even gained representation in the government.
Ecocriticism is the result of this new consciousness that very soon there will be nothing beautiful or safe in nature to discuss about, unless we are very careful. Ecocriticism asks questions such as: first, how is nature represented in the novel, poem, or play? Second, what roles does the physical geographical settings play in the structure of the novel? Third, how do our metaphors of the land influence the way we treat it? That is, what is the link between pedagogic or creative practice and actual political, sociocultural, and ethical behavior towards the land and other non-human life forms? Fourth, how is science in the forms of genetic engineering, technologies of reproduction, sexualities, open to critical security in terms of the effect of science upon the land? These essential assumptions, ideas, and methods of ecocriticism may be summed up as follows. First, ecocriticism believes that human culture is related to the physical world. Second, ecocriticism assumes that all life forms are interlinked. Ecocriticism explains the notion of the world to include the entire ecosphere. 3. Moreover, there is a definite link between the nature and culture, where the literary treatment, representation, and thematization of land and nature influence action on the land. Fourth, Joseph Mifker, in an early works, The Comedy of Survival, Studies in Literary Ecology 1972, used the terms literary ecology to refer to the study of biological terms and relationships which appear in literary works. It is simultaneously an attempt to discover what roles have been played by literature in the ecology of the human species. Fifth, William Rickert is believed to have coined the terms ecocriticism in 1978, which he defines as the application of ecology and ecological concepts to the study of literature. A. A simple guide into ecocriticism. Ecocriticism is a term used for the observation and study of the relationship between the literature and the Earth's environment. It takes an interdisciplinary point of view by analyzing the works of authors, researchers, and poets in the context of environmental issues and nature. Ecocriticism was first defined by Charles Glatteri in simple words, making it clear for the other critics and writers. So, it's mostly seen in association with the association of the study of literature and environment. Definition of eco-criticism. This form of criticism has been relatively successful keeping itself away from the moral and philosophical disputes compared to the other forms of criticism. The work and efforts of Gladfeldt played a significant role in continuing other searches for using these terms to refer to the line of studies known as green studies previously. Due to her efforts, this field of criticism gained a recognition popularity as a theory.
Ecocriticism as a literary theory. Generally, the traditional theory considers the linguistic or the cultural background or the social background as an important factor. Ecocritics takes nature as a dominant factor as they believe that our evolution as a society is largely dependent on the forces of nature. Because, according to them, the world in which we live is not made only with the language and social elements. After converting into the field of theory, the green criticism was split into parts and one part developed itself as a branch dedicated to rereading and analyzing the role of nature, representation and the natural elements in the literary works produced by the scholars from the worldwide. Approaches and tropes of literature. There are several approaches and literary tropes proposed by the scholars to understand the theory and works of ecocritics and the relationship between nature and literature created by many famous writers and thinkers. The first A definition of ecofeminism. This approach combines the ecology and feminism and explains the feminist nature to help understand the ecology. Feminists have given the concept of gender theory to analyze the relationship between the human and nature, so it can be considered a branch of ecocriticism and is the field of studying the interconnection between the oppression of women and nature. The term was originally coined in the book Le Féminisme ou la Mort, written by the French author Francoise de Aubonne, but the term is being used in different ways and meanings in the modern time. They are eco-feminist theory, eco-feminist art, social and political philosophy, social justice, religion, poetry, and contemporary feminism. Because of different types and beliefs of feminism among the feminists, different version of ecofeminism is available in the current literature. Modern science is evaluated in the book by Vandana Shiva and Maria Mies in their book Ecofeminism. According to them, the modern science is largely dominated by men and this has, to a great extent, affected the natural childbirth process by the use of birth control medicines. The, the second B, pastoral. This is basically a lifestyle of self-hearts and strongly states the duality of urban and rural life and is deep rooted in the Western culture. This trope has presented itself in the genres of literature, art, and music, which shows the rural life in such an idealist manner that can attract the attention of urban audiences. The author displays the complex life or patriotism of the rural areas in a simple way in the literature by using various techniques.
Comparison between the main source and other reference sources. From the main source, it is explained that ecocriticism is the study of literature and environment from an interdisciplinary point of view where all science come together to analyze the environment and brainstorm possible solutions for the correction of the contemporary environmental situation. One of the main goals on ecocriticism is to study how individuals on society behave and react on relation to nature and ecological aspects. Ecocriticism is an intentionally broad approach that is known by a number of other designations, including green or cultural studies, ecopoetics, and environmental literary criticism. Here are also presented some questions about ecocritics, as well as an explanation of the essential ecocritic ideas and methods. From other reference sources, it is explained that ecocriticism is term used for the observation and study of the relationship between the literature and the earth of iron environment. It takes an interdisciplinary point of view by analyzing the works of authors, researchers, and ports on the context of environmental issues and nature. The approaches and tropes of literature are ecofeminism, pastoral, and wilderness. Here is explained in detail the definition of ecocriticism and the function of ecocriticism as a literary theory. If there are any wrong words, we say sorry, and for the last, we say thanks.